What if the chaos, the rage, and the raw energy pulsing through you aren't breakdowns but breakthroughs? What if the way your truth lands, loud, unapologetic, and yes, a little messy, isn't a bug but the blueprint? Chosen ones, this is the age of truth, and the heat you're feeling is the fire of transformation. You didn't come here to keep the peace. You came here to shatter illusions and rewrite the script. Your truth is a weapon, sharp and unapologetic, slicing through the fog of complacency that others have wrapped themselves in for far too long. You didn't ask for permission, and that terrifies them. Your clarity forces them to see what they've avoided for years, the lies they've built their comfort around, the masks they wear to survive. You hold up the mirror and they hate what stares back at them. Their anger, their judgment. That's the sound of illusions shattering, not your failure. It's not your job to coddle the world's fragile egos. You came to bring fire. They'll call it rebellion, arrogance, or selfishness because they don't have the language for liberation. But you are not here to explain yourself. The age of truth doesn't offer explanations, it delivers clarity. People project their discomfort onto you because you've exposed the cracks in their foundation. Their criticism is the echo of their own fear, bouncing off the walls of a collapsing paradigm. When they reject you, it's not because you're wrong. It's because they can't yet bear to look at their own reflection. Truth is messy, chaotic, and raw. It does not apologize, and neither should you. Stop waiting for approval. Stop softening your edges to make others comfortable. The world doesn't need another people pleaser. It needs warriors of truth. You're not here to make nice. You're here to disrupt, to dismantle, to rebuild. The fire within you isn't just a spark. It's a blaze meant to burn away everything that no longer serves. Let it rage. Drop a comment. I am a warrior of truth if you're here to disrupt and rebuild. The age of truth is here, ripping the veil off everything you thought was secure. It's not gentle, and it's not waiting for you to catch your breath. The lies you told yourself, the excuses you made, and the stories you clung to, they're all burning under the unforgiving light of truth. As Buddha once said, 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. This moment isn't about comfort, it's about exposure. The hidden truths buried deep within you and the world are surfacing whether you're ready or not. You're being called to see things as they are, not as you wish them to be. The old illusions crumble fast, and the rawness of reality hits hard. This isn't a sign of chaos, but alignment. The age of truth demands honesty, not the polished, palatable kind, but the kind that burns away pretense and exposes what's real. You've been handed this frequency not to tiptoe around its edges, but to embody it fully. The discomfort you feel isn't punishment, it's transformation. You're stepping into a power that leaves no room for the lies of the past. Stop running from what's rising. Stop pretending you don't hear the call. This energy is relentless for a reason. It's here to free you. Those who resist will find themselves trapped in cycles of denial, but not you. You are here to stand in the fire, let it strip away the falsehoods, and emerge unshaken. This is your time to rise, to speak, to live with the unapologetic clarity of truth. Let the world adjust to you. The frustration you feel isn't a curse, it's a signal. It's the sound of truth colliding with the lies you've unknowingly built your life around. This isn't chaos for the sake of destruction. It's a recalibration, a ruthless stripping away of anything that no longer fits who you are becoming. Like fire forging steel, this energy isn't here to destroy you but to refine you. The misalignments in your life can't survive the force of this frequency. They're being dragged into the open, exposed for what they are, and burned to ash. You might want to fight it, to cling to the comfort of what you know. But that only makes the flames hotter. This isn't punishment. It's evolution. Growth isn't soft and awakening isn't gentle. They're explosive, raw, and unrelenting. The chaos you feel is your soul demanding more. More alignment, more truth, more power. It's breaking the chains of patterns and beliefs that have kept you small. Let the discomfort do its work. It's not here to break you. It's here to set you free. Stop calling it failure. Stop labeling it as loss. What you're experiencing is the vibration of truth tearing through your life, making space for what's real. If you feel like everything is falling apart, it's because the old version of you can't exist in this higher frequency. The universe isn't punishing you, it's preparing you. You are being refined into something unshakable. Let the fire rage. Let the lies burn away. On the other side of this, only truth will remain, and it will set you ablaze with purpose. Your mind is the battlefield, and the false matrix thrives on keeping you trapped there. Every doubt, every endless debate, every overanalyzed decision, it's all noise designed to drown out your truth. The mental realm isn't your ally right now, it's a trap. It feeds you a storm of thoughts so thick and relentless that you forget there's a clear sky above. This storm isn't natural, it's engineered, built to keep you busy, distracted, disconnected from the deeper knowing within you. The matrix survives on your confusion. The more you second-guess yourself, the more power it has. It loves your endless need for validation, your obsession with getting it right, your compulsion to weigh every angle. But the truth doesn't live in the mind, it lives in the core of who you are. Your overthinking is a wall, and every time you let it dictate your choices, you hand your power over to the system designed to control you. The matrix knows that if it keeps you questioning yourself, you'll never take action. You don't need to figure it all out. You need to trust the clarity that lives beneath the noise. The mental realm will never give you answers. It's not built for that. Its purpose is to keep you spinning, doubting, and stuck. Break free by stepping out of the storm entirely. Let the noise rage on without you. Your power lies in knowing the storm isn't you. It's a tool of control, and you've outgrown it. Stop feeding it with your energy. Truth doesn't need analysis. It needs action. Take it. Now. The noise will never stop. It's a constant, a manufactured chaos meant to keep you spinning, doubting, running in circles. To break free, you must step outside of it entirely. As the mystic Meister Eckhart said, "Be still and allow the divine to reveal itself." Stillness isn't passive, it's a weapon. It's where the storm loses its grip on you, where the matrix's control dissolves. The mental realm thrives on your engagement, but the moment you stop feeding it, its power vanishes. Stillness is your rebellion. Drop into the heart space. That's where truth lives. Not in your thoughts, not in your fears, not in the endless mental games the world has taught you to play. The heart space bypasses the noise, connecting you to the frequency of truth that exists beyond the mind's illusions. When you stop analyzing, you start feeling. When you stop debating, you start knowing. Truth doesn't need explanation. It resonates in your core like a drumbeat that's always been there, waiting for you to listen. Stillness is the doorway, but it requires courage. The storm will scream louder when you resist its pull. It will throw doubt and distraction at you like weapons, desperate to pull you back. But in that stillness, you'll discover the divine clarity that no storm can touch. Stop fighting the noise on its terms. Step out of the battle entirely. Let your heart guide you, because in that quiet, sacred space, the truth is undeniable. This is your escape. This is your power. Use it. Now. You've been lied to. The false matrix wants you to believe that life is an endless grind, a battle you can never win. It's the mental prison that traps you, feeding you the illusion that struggle is all there is. Like Sisyphus in the Greek myth, you've been rolling the same boulder uphill, only to watch it crash back down again and again. This cycle isn't life, it's control. The matrix thrives on keeping you stuck, convincing you that this loop is your purpose. But the prison isn't real. The bars don't exist. The struggle is manufactured. Liberation begins when you realize the truth. The fight is rigged, and the rules are designed to keep you in chains. The mental prison keeps you trapped in overthinking, doubt, and fear, locking you into patterns that drain your power. It tells you that the answers are outside of you, just out of reach, if only you work harder, think more, or suffer longer. But that's the trap. The more you feed it, the tighter the grip becomes. Break free by seeing the illusion for what it is. The prison isn't real unless you believe it is. The door has always been open, but the matrix trained you to look away. Stop pushing the boulder, stop playing the game. Step outside the struggle and reclaim your power. The truth is simple. You were never meant to live this way. The mental prison shatters the moment you choose to stop believing in it. Walk out, now. The obsidian inner order is where the truly chosen gather to stand firm against compromise, dismantle distorted truths, and live with unshakable clarity. This is the front lines for warriors who don't just survive, they defy. We've got weekly calls where chosen ones expose the lies of rebellion disguised as truth, anchoring themselves deeper in what's right. A star chamber discord filled with fearless souls who refuse to bend under pressure, turning opposition into fuel for their purpose. And the content? It's so bold and unapologetic that YouTube wouldn't dare touch it. But let's be real, this isn't for everyone. If you're still entertaining compromise or looking for easy answers, turn back now. This is for the unrelenting, the ones who don't just endure opposition. They thrive on it, building their lives as living rebellions against the world's lies. Hit the link in the description to join the Obsidian Inner Order. The false matrix feeds on your fear, your doubt, your sense of limitation. It whispers lies into your mind, convincing you that you're not enough, that your dreams are too big, that failure is inevitable. Every time you feel the weight of self-doubt pressing down on your chest, every time fear keeps you frozen, know this. It's not you, it's the matrix. It thrives on keeping you small, spinning the same tired storylines of scarcity and defeat. These feelings aren't natural, they're programmed. And the moment you recognize them, the program begins to break. You've been conditioned to believe these emotions are part of life, but they're the signature of the false matrix at work. It's a system designed to control, to limit, to strip you of your innate power. Every fear you've internalized, every doubt that stopped you from moving forward is a tool of manipulation. The Matrix doesn't want you to question these patterns because questioning is the first act of rebellion. When you see the fear, the doubt, the limitation for what it is, a manufactured lie, you weaken its hold. Awareness is your weapon. Recognizing these patterns is the crack in the wall, the beginning of freedom. Stop owning the fear as your truth. Stop calling the doubt your reality. These are intrusions, not reflections of who you are. The moment you name them, you separate yourself from their grip. Step back, see them clearly. The Matrix doesn't control you unless you let it. Break the illusion. You were never meant to live in chains. Silence the storm. The mental noise that keeps you spinning, doubting, and disconnected is not your truth. To break through, you must drop beneath it. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it. That's where your power lives, not in the overthinking chaos of your mind. This simple act reconnects you to your center, pulling you out of the trap of endless mental chatter and into the grounding force of your being. Close your eyes and focus. Visualize a pebble falling from your mind into your heart. Let it drop. This isn't some abstract exercise. It's a direct shift of energy. The moment you shift from thinking to feeling, the Matrix loses its grip. The mental realm feeds on your overanalysis, but it has no access to the depth of your heart. That pebble is the break in the chain, the first move in taking your power back. Breathe. Deeply, slowly. Pull the breath through your hand into your heart space. Feel it expand with every inhale, growing stronger, more certain, more unshakable. Each breath is a declaration. I am here. I am present. I am not controlled by the noise. The more you connect to this space, the quieter the storm becomes. The mental noise will rage, but it cannot reach you when you're anchored in your heart. This is not escapism, it's strategy. The heart doesn't overthink, it knows. It bypasses the lies of the mind and connects you to the frequency of truth. Stay there, feel it. That's your weapon, your shield, your fire. Let it guide you. Let it burn through the noise. The heart is your anchor, the only place where truth speaks without distortion. This isn't philosophy, it's survival. The Matrix works overtime to drown out this connection, feeding you noise, fear, and distraction. But the frequency of truth doesn't live in the chaos of the mind. It lives in the stillness of your heart. That's why this connection is vital. Without it, you're just another pawn in a system designed to keep you disconnected from your power. In the quiet, you'll hear what the world has silenced, your soul's true voice. As Thoreau said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. But desperation isn't your destiny. Stillness isn't weakness, it's your weapon. When you drop into the heart space, you bypass the noise entirely. You don't need the world's validation, permission, or understanding. In that stillness, you are untouchable. Feel your heartbeat. That's where the frequency of truth resides. It doesn't argue, it doesn't shout. It simply is. The matrix will try to pull you back, filling your mind with doubt, but it can't reach you here. The heart cuts through the lies, showing you what's real and what's not. Truth lives here, burning bright, undeniable, and absolute. It's your guide, your fire, your clarity. Stop chasing answers in the noise. Stop letting fear speak louder than your soul. The connection to your heart is the bridge out of the illusion. Without it, you remain trapped in the chaos. With it, you become unstoppable. Drop into that stillness, hear your truth, and act. Nothing else matters. The age of truth feels like a collision. Raw, undeniable, and life-altering. It's the moment you stop running from yourself. The moment the lies you've lived crumble under the weight of clarity. It's not gentle, and it's not soft. This energy demands your authenticity, ripping away the masks you wore to survive and forcing you to meet yourself as you are. Like the prodigal son returning to his father, you feel the overwhelming sense of belonging, not to the world, but to your own soul. It's a coming home, fierce and unrelenting, because anything less than truth can no longer stand. This energy is liberation. It's freedom from the exhaustion of living a lie, from twisting yourself into shapes to fit expectations that never honored who you are. It's the end of pretending. The age of truth doesn't allow compromise. It burns through the falsehoods, leaving you stripped down but finally alive. The weight you've carried for years, the heaviness of pretending, disappears in its fire. You are no longer bound by the chains of who you were told to be. Transformation in this age isn't optional. It's inevitable. Old patterns fall away like dead skin. Toxic connections can't survive in the light of your truth. Limiting beliefs dissolve as the clarity within you grows stronger. This isn't a fleeting moment of insight. It's a complete redefinition of how you live. Clarity becomes your foundation, your compass, your constant. You don't question it anymore, you embody it. This is what the age of truth demands, and it's what you were made for. There's no going back. Truth isn't something you chase, it's something you are. When you align with your truth, your light radiates effortlessly, cutting through the noise and darkness around you. Like a firefly, you don't need to try to shine. You simply do. This light is your power, your signal, your presence. The world may resist it, but that's not your problem. Your job is to embody it, to let your truth burn so brightly that it becomes undeniable. Start each day with stillness. Before the demands, the noise, and the distractions creep in, take a moment to ground yourself. Place your hand on your heart and feel your center. In that quiet, reconnect with the clarity of who you are. Reflect on the moments when you've been most authentic, most alive, and let that energy expand through you. Truth isn't a destination, it's a state of being. Each time you act from that authentic place, you anchor yourself more deeply in it. Stay vigilant against mental chatter. The matrix will try to pull you back into overthinking, doubt, and fear. Consciously choose to return to your heart space when this happens. Your mind will always try to control, but your truth doesn't live there. It resides in your core. Every time you choose heart over noise, clarity over confusion, you strengthen your connection to truth. This is how you shine, how you lead, how you transform everything around you. Truth is your weapon. Wield it. Let the world adjust to your light. Truth is not just what you know, it's what you are. It's an expansive, infinite force that connects you directly to your soul. When you step into the energetic realm, truth reveals itself not in words or logic, but in pure knowing. This is where clarity transforms into power. Stop trying to analyze it. Stop demanding explanations. Truth doesn't need permission to exist, and it doesn't owe you a roadmap. Let it unfold as it's meant to. Raw, untamed, and beyond the limits of your mind. Your truth is your compass, guiding you through the chaos of a world designed to keep you lost. Like a compass in the wilderness, it always points you in the right direction, even when you can't see the path ahead. Trust it. Doubt will try to pull you off course, but truth doesn't waver. It doesn't shift with the tides of fear or confusion. It knows, and when you align with it, so do you. Deepening your connection to the energetic realm isn't about effort, it's about surrender. The more you release control, the clearer the signals become. Stillness is your entry point, not overthinking. Feel the truth in your heart, in your gut, in the energy that moves through you. It's there, unshakable and unbreakable. Let it guide every step, even when the path feels uncertain. Truth doesn't fail. It burns away the fog, leaving only what is real. Step into that fire. Stop questioning. Move. When you align with your truth, you set off a chain reaction that changes everything around you. Your authenticity doesn't just liberate you, it disrupts the illusions others cling to. It forces them to confront their own lies, to see what they've avoided, and to question the false realities they live in. This is not passive. When you embody truth, you ignite a spark in others, pushing them toward their own awakening. It's the butterfly effect made real. One person's shift ripples out, shaking the foundations of the collective consciousness. The age of truth isn't built on empty words or grand gestures. It's built on individuals stepping into their power unapologetically. Your transformation is not small. Every toxic pattern you break, every limiting belief you shatter sends shockwaves through the matrix. People feel it even if they don't understand it. They sense the shift in you, and it challenges them to look deeper into themselves. This is how collective awakening begins, not through force, but through example. Your role isn't to preach or convince, it's to live authentically, to let your truth shine so brightly that it disrupts the shadows around you. Trust the process. You don't need to see the ripple effect to know it's happening. Every act of alignment, every choice rooted in truth pushes the world closer to liberation. This is how the age of truth spreads, one awakened soul at a time, leading by example. You are the ripple. You are the fire. Burn bright and watch the world transform. The age of truth is here, and it demands everything from you. Your illusions, your fears, your false comforts. It's not asking, it's taking. You are the chosen ones, standing at the edge of transformation. The world doesn't need you to blend in or play small. It needs you to burn with the fire of authenticity. This is not a rehearsal. This is your moment to shed every lie you've told yourself, to break free from the matrix's chains, and to live as the embodiment of truth. No one else can do this for you. In the words of Anais Nin, and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. That day is now. Holding back costs you everything. Stepping into your truth gives you the world. Trust that the fire you feel is refining you, not destroying you. Trust that your light, unfiltered and unapologetic, is the spark the collective needs to ignite its awakening. So rise, speak, act. Let the illusions crumble around you and don't look back. Share your truth, boldly and without hesitation, because your story has the power to inspire others to step into their own. You are not just part of this movement. You are the movement. Let the ripple begin with you. Share your transformation, your clarity, your light, and watch as the world shifts in response. Now is the time to lead. The truth demands it.